Welcome back, fellow newshounds. I'm Gruftikins, and here I try to bring you some of the stories you may not see on your standard news networks. Today, North Korea promises to turn the US into a sea of fire, and US Marines and aircraft join Japan for Northern Viper exercise. The United Nations have just adopted new US-led sanctions against North Korea following their latest ICBM test last week. Resolution 2371 is the 8th sanction of its kind and puts a complete blanket ban on North Korean exports of coal, iron ore, lead ore and seafood, and also prohibits other countries from hiring additional North Korean workers. It is the strongest sanctions package yet, and could reduce the hermit regime's income by $1 billion, or about a third of its annual exports. It was also a unanimous vote, with both Russia and China agreeing to the sanctions. But will Kim Jong-un take any notice? Historically, he has ignored sanctions and threats in the past, and has said that North Korea will never give up its nuclear program. The US have said they are willing to engage in talks, but only if North Korea abandons its nuclear aspirations, so there seems to be an impossible impasse. In fact, it is half expected that the North will respond to these latest sanctions with another missile test, or even another nuclear test, which experts say could happen any day. The only response so far coming out of North Korea is the usual anti-American rhetoric from their mouthpiece state-run newspaper stating, "The day the US dares to tease our nation with a nuclear rod and sanctions, the mainland US will be catapulted into an unimaginable sea of fire." They also said that Donald Trump was sitting on the knife edge of life and death. While there is little doubt that North Korea's ballistic missile program has taken everybody by surprise, with ICBMs being tested successfully well ahead of the world's expectations, they do not yet have the ability to reach mainland America with a fully working nuclear warhead attached to their missiles. However, the biggest threat is to those countries that are a lot closer, namely South Korea, Japan and the military base in Guam. Kim Jong-un's main aim is survival, and for this he believes he needs a nuclear capability. It is widely speculated that if Colonel Gaddafi and Saddam Hussein had nukes, they would not have suffered the fate they did. Sanctions would be unlikely to affect Kim, as he will not suffer personally, but if he feels he is being pushed into a corner and thinks a military strike is coming, it is highly likely he will take as many of his enemies with him as he can. South Korea's capital of Seoul is within easy reach, and with a population of 10 million would incur a huge loss of life. Missile defences on the Korean border would take care of many missiles, but inevitably enough will get through to cause complete devastation, not to mention sparking off a wider conflict that could draw in some very big players. In other news, US and Japanese forces will be coming together in a joint exercise called Northern Viper to showcase their defensive readiness. Located at the Misawa US military air base, approximately 425 miles north of Tokyo, it will involve more than 3,500 personnel, including 500 Marines and 18 aircraft. Air Force Colonel R. Scott Jobe said, "It is designed to improve our readiness not only in the air, but also as a logistical support team." He also stated that Misawa is a hub for forward deployed operations if a real-world scenario were to occur. It is vital for us to maintain security and enhance our combined abilities with our Marine and Japanese partners. With the Korean Peninsula so close, this would obviously be a very important staging post for military forces should the situation deteriorate into all-out conflict. The exercises will run from August the 10th through to August the 28th. I will try to keep you informed about these and other stories from around the globe, so hit that subscribe button for further updates. And don't forget, the world is watching, so please be kind to each other.